I was challenged to try to share some information about a behavioral cycle that I learned years ago. It helped me to mature in my thinking about how the world works and where my responsibilities are in it. Every time I start to work on a video for that, something goes wrong and I get disconnected. So I just want to say I'm working on that. Those of you that I've promised to get that to, I'll try to put that out there. In something similar, I'll see if I can get this recorded. I saw a news report the other day. It was about a crime that recently happened. And they were debating based on the facts of what they saw on an individual's social media that they attributed his behavior to a particular ideology that he held. And they looked at the types of channels that he subscribed to, the types of posts that were put on his Facebook, the things that he would tweet, perhaps. I don't know what all social media was involved. And one of the things that I thought about is if you've done some things that you didn't want to do, and you go back and you think, why did it happen that way? What went wrong? One of the things you often find is that there were some underlying behaviors. You were doing some things that sort of made fertile ground, if you will, in your mind for some ideas. To go places you wouldn't normally have gone, or to do things you wouldn't have normally done. The idea is, well, the individual that gets in with the wrong crowd. Well, there are some things that if you're not with someone who drives, if you don't have access to a car, you probably won't get in a vehicle accident, right? And so there is some value to that you don't get caught up in other people's drama and plans if you're not hanging around with the people who have those particular drama and plans. And so young men today have an opportunity. This opportunity of being able to look at their own social media or to ask a very trusted friend or mentor to do that and say, what does it look like is important to me? Stalk me. Cyber stalk me a little bit and then give me feedback. What does it look like is important to me? What type of guy do I present myself to be on these different opportunities where I have to share myself with the world? Now, how many young men are going to think of doing that? I don't know. When you learn about these things in your mid to late 30s and your 40s, you think, man, if someone would have told me some of this wisdom when I was 15, the trouble we could have avoided. But certainly, I think any young man wanting to court a young lady should give consideration to this. Not that he should be inauthentic, not that he should censor himself, but that he should perhaps seek feedback from people he trusts about how he presents himself publicly. Because to be sure, social media is one of the chances that parents, employers, friends have to get an idea about you, to get an impression. And folks of all age have the opportunity to present themselves, the ideas that are important to them, through these venues. And it's a little different. It's an advantage to be able to actually say, here's these things I've created, these things I've put my name on. Look through them. Tell me what you think it says about me. Because years ago it was television, it was books, it was magazines, things that you could easily hide from the rest of the world. And you could tell yourself it's just a little vice. It's no problem. And because it was so private, unless you specifically asked someone else in to that situation and made them aware of it, they didn't have any idea that you needed feedback on that. Oh, some folks might be wise to you and have a clue that something was up, but you didn't have to share your secrets. If you held beliefs, you could entertain those in the privacy of your own home and in very limited communities, and your employer wouldn't know about them, let's say. But today, you could be just a few mouse clicks away from somebody looking into your life to try to decide you have a good head on your shoulders. You have a good heart. Or are you headed in a positive direction?